Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about the stand taken by the center towards the state in relation to different states, in relation to the funds. An important editorial, and at the outset, I would like to say it is not easy to comprehend for two reasons. To understand this editorial, you need the background information related to economy, and the second reason today from this editorial, you're going to learn 30 plus words. And many of these words we have got for the first time. And if you don't know the meanings of these words, not easy to understand. Today, you're going to work on practice questions based on exam topics and new patterns. As usual, we start with spot the errors, but after that, we have scrambled sentences. And also, we have word related, not exactly word usage, but questions related to synonyms and antonyms, and not the regular pattern, a different new pattern. Let me start the session with a nice quote. What is today's quote? Successful people are not gifted, they just work hard. We come across successful people. They are not gifted. And one should always remember no one is a born leader, no one is a born genius. They just work hard and achieve great heights. And today you got to remember this editorial is important. Prelims point of view, mains point of view. You may get as a passage, and an editorial like this not easy to understand. One reason, a lot of words, meanings of which you have to know. Second, you need the background information, only then you can understand. Now let us go to editorial vocabulary. The very first word, gesture. Gesture, part of speech, noun. It could be a verb as well. And this goes with everyday English as well as effective English. What does it mean? A movement or part of the body, especially a hand or the head, to express an idea or meaning. When you want to express ideas or meanings of words or certain things, you try to use your hands, you try to use your head or eyebrows, and the use of the body parts to express a particular idea, we use the word gesture. Gestures are very important. They are part of non-verbal communication. Today we talk about communication skills. Broadly, two categories: one, verbal; the other one, non-verbal. Non-verbal communication skills related to body language, especially gestures. An important word that way. Devolutions. Today I may sound a little different because I have a running nose. Try to please bear with that. Second word, devolutions. Part of speech noun we have got for the first time. We all know the word evolution, uh, a word we use regularly. But here, what is the word devolution? You got to be a little careful. What does it mean? The transfer or delegation of power. Delegation, an important word. Delegate your power, delegate your authority means give your power or authority to someone else for a short period or for a particular purpose. The transfer or delegation of power to a lower level, usually to the subordinates, especially by central government to local or regional administration. In this context, it is delegating the power from the center or delegation of the power of the center to the states, an important word. And prudent, we have got many a time. Part of speech adjective, prudent person means what? Acting with or showing care and thought for the future. Being wise, prudent means what? Being wise, an important word. Chunk, we have got many a time. Chunk means a thick, solid piece of something. Chunk, major chunks, means major portions. Part of speech, again, noun. Pragmatic. Pragmatic, part of speech adjective, an important word. Practical, especially when making decisions. When someone takes a decision or thinks, we use the word pragmatic. It also goes with the word approach. Pragmatic approach, pragmatic stand means what? Being practical, especially when it comes to making decisions. An important word. Impetus, an important word I think we have got for the first time. Part of speech noun. something that makes a process or activity happen or happen more quickly. Something makes, it is like a catalyst. Something makes a particular process or action happen or happen quickly or more quickly. Then we use a word impetus. You can also think of words like Philip and also catalyst, soothe, soothing, part of speech verb, gently calm a person or their feelings. When someone is disturbed or agitated or disappointed, then we try to soothe that person. Means what? Gently calm that person, usually with nice words. Tempers, part of speech noun, temper singular. I'm sure you guys know that word. What does it mean? A person's state of mind, seen in terms of their being angry or calm. Someone is either angry or calm. In terms of that, we use the word temper, bad temper, good temper. Usually, it has a negative connotation, bad tempered person, a typical expression. Dovetail, we have got for the first time. Part of speech verb, fit or cause to fit together easily and conveniently. You try to fit something easily or conveniently or cause to fit. That is known as dovetail. You all know dove is a bird. Pigeons, doves, they belong to more or less the same group. Accrue, another important word, part of speech verb, accumulate or receive payments or benefits over time. Over a period of time, something gets accumulated, usually payments or benefits. Then we use the term accrue. You all know the word compensate. For that, another word, recompense. Usually, we don't use this word recompense, part of speech verb. It means compensate, make amends to someone for loss or harm suffered. In a way, compensate someone for the loss or the harm. Anticipate, we have got a few times, part of speech verb. Regard as probable, expect or predict. Anticipate something. You can think of the word predict. Anticipate or predict, they mean the same. And the word goes into, refers to future. Buoyancy, an important word I think we have got for the first time. A cheerful and optimistic attitude or disposition. Again, you have to know the meaning of the word disposition. It means mood. Here, buoyancy has two different meanings. One meaning, the ability to float. That is one meaning. Another meaning, a cheerful and optimistic attitude or disposition. The word disposition is an important word. Nudge goes with everyday English, part of speech verb, to push something or someone gently, especially to push someone with your elbow. You try to push someone with your elbow, that is known as nudge someone. Surplus, we have got many a time. I'm sure you guys know the word surplus. Part of speech noun, an amount of something left over when requirements have been met. Or generally, we say surplus means what? Excess of production or supply. Something is in excess, we use the word surplus. Exchequer, an important word, part of speech noun. What does it mean? The government department that is responsible for the country's finances. A particular department responsible for the country's finances, we use the word exchequer. Lump sum, it takes the word amount. Lump sum amount, a typical combination. A single payment made at a particular time as opposed to a number of smaller payments or installments. Imagine you have to pay someone something, and instead of paying in small amounts, you pay one time a large amount, huge amount. Then we use the expression or the term lump sum amount. Tentative. Generally, this word goes with schedule or a particular program. Tentative schedule, tentative program. Part of speech adjective, not certain or fixed, provisional. Tentative schedule means not fixed, provisional, an important word. Treasure, treasuries. Treasuries goes with the governments, part of speech noun. What does it mean? The funds or revenue of a state, institution, or society. Usually we say the funds of the government, treasury, plural treasuries. an important word. Norms, again, an important word we have got many a time. Something that is usual, typical, or standard. What are the norms of something, standards of something, or the regular procedure? Pegged is a verb, pegged, a past form or past participle form. Fix a price, a rate, or amount at a particular level. You fix something at a particular level, that is known as pegged at. It takes a preposition at. Ceiling, you all know that it goes with a particular room. When you look up, you see the flat surface, that is a ceiling, one meaning. But here, the other meaning, what is the other meaning of the word ceiling? An upper limit, usually relating to money. When it comes to money, there's an upper limit. That upper limit is known as ceiling. Pair, compare is one word, pair is another word. Compare and pair, they have nothing to do with each other. Pair means to reduce something, especially by a large amount. You try to reduce something to a great extent by a large amount, that is known as pair. I think we have got this for the first time. Deduct, part of speech verb, one meaning to take away an amount or part from a total. Usually it goes with mathematics, subtract. But another meaning of the word deduct, to come to a conclusion based on facts. Then we say deduction, an important word, deduct. In this context, to take away an amount or part from a total. Deducted, it's a regular verb. Chilling, chill, cold. But here, chilling, part of speech adjective, it means frightening. Usually it takes, that's right, usually it takes the word effect or impact. Chilling impact, chilling effect means what? Frightening impact. Paucity, I think we have got part of speech noun. Shortage, the fact that there's too little of something. Shortage of something, we use the word paucity. And in a formal situation, we say paucity of funds. Staggered, another important word. It could be a verb, it could be an adjective. Arranged so that things happen at different times or so that things are not positioned in a regular way. Something does not happen at one time, the regular way, but they happen at different times. Then we say staggered, an important word. Discretion, from that you get discretionary. What does it mean? Part of speech adjective, able to be decided by a particular person or group rather than being controlled by rules. You don't do something or something is not done based on rules, but it is done based on a particular person's or a group's judgment or decision making. Then we use discretionary powers or discretionary approach. Dwindling, we have got, it goes with numbers, it goes with standards, it goes with revenues. Dwindle, verb, dwindling, adjective, gradually diminishing in size, amount, or strength. When we say dwindling standards, means what? The standards are coming down. Dwindle. Dwindling numbers, the numbers are coming down. Dwindling revenues, the revenues are coming down. A rev up, we have got for the first time. It is a phrasal verb to become more active. Someone or something becomes more active, or you try to make something or someone more active, you can use a phrasal verb rev up, an important one, and we have got for the first time. Capex is a short form of capital expenditure. Capital expenditure, you can use capex. It is like capital, from that cap, and expenditure from that ex, capex. This is an important word, though we have got once or twice. A part of speech noun, spree, a spell or sustained period of unrestrained activity of a particular kind. You try to do something without any restraint and you just keep doing that. Then we use the word spree. Generally, it goes with everyday English. There's one combination, shopping spree. Shopping spree means what? Buying things continuously for a week or 10 days or 15 days. Imagine someone is going to get married and they have to do a lot of shopping. For one week continuously, they shop. Then we say he is on the shopping spree or she is on the shopping spree, an important word. But spree means to do something without any restrictions or constraints, unrestrained activity of a particular kind. It could be anything for that matter. Persist, we have got many a time. Continue to exist, be prolonged. Something continues to exist. Oh, really? Good. Persist, continue to exist, be prolonged, exist for a long time. Part of speech verb. Constraints, limitations, a limitation or restriction. Part of speech noun. That's all about we have got today from this editorial 30 plus words, and it has taken almost 15 minutes. As I said, today I'm not going to do the analysis. The reason being, you need background information, one thing, and also so many words. First, you try to get the meanings of these words. Then you read the editorial. Only for today, not every day, let me tell you. And one of the reasons I have a running nose, very difficult to read and explain. So, word meanings you have to know, then you should be able to understand on your own. But do remember you need the background information. Now, let us go to enhance your comprehension skill, reading comprehension skill based on this editorial. A few important questions. What is this editorial about? This is an important editorial in the sense you may get something like this in prelims or mains as a passage. There's every possibility. When I talk about sleeps, I always tell students economy, science and technology, legal, education, economy, polity, socio-cultural problems. The most important thing, economy. Any editorial, any article related to economy, you have to read. And this is like a combination of economy and polity. It deals with the funds, one thing. It also deals with the relations between the center and the states. That way it is important. What is a pragmatic step, practical step in the context of the editorial? Keywords navigate, locate, and write the answer. What has created room to transfer 2 months' dues to states in one go? One shot, in one go, an important phrase. One shot. What has created room to transfer 2 months' dues? What could also be reviewed to help the center gain greater traction with state governments? Greater traction with state governments. Again, keywords. What will persist with fluctuating intensities? Something will persist with fluctuating, not stable, fluctuating intensities. What is that? You have to read, locate the keywords, then you can write. And I'm offering two courses. One is General English for SSC. There's an offer of 50% off. 2000 course fee you can get for 1000, and it is valid till August 15th. And the validity of the course 1 year. Live classes time 11:30 a.m. The other one, English for bank exams. This also 50% off and recorded videos. More information you can call me on this number 7032325590. Now let us go to practice questions based on exam topics. And today, new patterns are there. This one is easy, but after that, there are two sets quite challenging. Now try to locate the errors. First one, whenever a man attained fame, his personal qualities are imitated by others who are close to him. So where is the error? Whenever a man attained fame, this is while typing, don't consider this. Still, there is an error. What is that? When you read a sentence, first you have to focus on the time phrase. That is one thing, the most important thing. And there's no time phrase over here. Then you have to ask yourself, what is the context? Does it talk about the past or present or future? Is it about a fact? It is like a fact, a statement. And any statement, any fact, we have to use present tense. And what is the subject over here? A man, third person singular. And the sentence is in affirmative form. Present tense, affirmative form, subject is third person singular. What is the rule you are supposed to recollect? We should add s or es to the verb. Based on that, it is not attain, it is attains. Whenever a man attains fame, His personal qualities are imitated or emulated. Emulate is a better word. Imitate could be positive or negative. Copy negative, but ape negative. But emulate it has a positive connotation. Here you have to recollect or think of words like emulate, copy. And copy, there is one expression we say copycat. He is a copycat. And imitate. I'm writing all the related words. Emulate, positive. Other words are negative. Copy, copycat, imitate, and an important word, ape. Ape someone, blind imitation. Blind imitation, ape can be a noun, can be a verb. But here, whenever a man attains fame, and what is this question about? It is about subject verb agreement, right? Even that you have to make a note, that will help in the long run. Let us go to question number 2. When we visited his office, we found that he was sipping coffee with some of his colleagues. When we visited his office, we found that he was sipping coffee with some of his colleagues. So, where is the error? No one has responded. When we visited his office, that goes into the past. We found that this also goes here. We don't have to use past perfect. It doesn't talk about one after the other. It both can be, the verb can be in past in both the clauses. When we visited his office, we found that something was going on. What was going on? He was sipping coffee. Past continuous. He was sipping coffee with whom? With some of his colleagues. No error. Very good. Who is this? Satish Kumar. I appreciate that. Answer is no error. There is no error. Here, there are three clauses. How many clauses? Three clauses, and two clauses they refer to the past context. Something happened, and that time something was going on. One clause refers to past continuous tense. If you remember the three uses of past continuous, the first one, we use it to express an action that was going on when something else happened in the past. It's a combination of past tense plus past continuous tense. Same pattern over here, but we have two clauses in past and one in past continuous. And there's no error whatsoever. The sentence is grammatically, contextually perfect, flawless. Please go to question number 3. In my visiting to the country, I decided to go on a tour all by myself. This is a good question in the sense you may get confused, likely to get confused under pressure. In my visiting to the country, I decided to go on a tour all by myself. All by myself, an important phrase. Nothing wrong with that. Then where is the error? In fact, you should not go beyond the first one. When you read in my visiting, is that right? In my visiting, you don't have to go beyond that. There's an error quite obvious in the first part. You can say during my visit. Generally, a context like this, in my visit also is not correct. No, on my visiting, not correct. What do we say? During my visit, I decided. During my visit, I decided to do something. What is a standard phrase that goes with this particular context? During my visit. That is the right expression. So, where is the error? This question is about a standard phrase. Standard phrase. We also use phrases like during my trip, during my visit. So, nothing wrong with that expression. And you may think, some of you, all by myself, nothing wrong. You have to learn this phrase. All by myself means what? Without taking anyone's help. Only one error. Otherwise, uh, no error. Other parts. Perfect. Even this one, correct. Question number 4. As soon as a fire alarm went up, the residents of the building vacated it immediately. This is also not an easy one. Usually, it is not easy under pressure, difficult, because it is based on phrasal verbs or a phrasal verb. So, if you know that phrasal verb, yes, of course, definitely, you're right, Avinash. Here, there is an error. No, no, there is an error. This question is not an easy one. You have to know a particular phrasal verb. If you know that, it's an easy one. If you don't know, impossible to spot the error. It is not went up, it is went off. What is a phrasal verb here? Go off. Go off goes with alarm. It also goes with a function or event. Function or event. Go off means happen. And we ask a question, if you take everyday English, a typical question with the meaning, function or event, that combination, we ask a question like, how did the event go off? How did the event go off? It went off well. And in this context, what time did the alarm go off? The alarm went off at 7:30 a.m. I hope you guys got it. How did the event go off? What time did the alarm go off? The alarm went off. So it is not up, it is OFF. An important one, as I said. Phrasal verbs are not easy. If you know that, you can answer within no time. If you don't know that particular phrasal verb, practically impossible to answer. Let us go to question number 5. After that, you're going to get challenging questions. As it got foggier, it became almost impossible to steer the boat, direct steering, along the narrow canal. This is again based on contextual awareness. Contextual awareness. If you understand the context, within no time you will be able to. Prices go up, went up, actual phrasal verb go up, to increase. The prices are going up, the prices are skyrocketing. So go up means going to a higher level. Is that clear, Satish Kumar? So here, no, as it got foggier, nothing wrong with that. It can be in the comparative form. But where is the error? Got, the verb is in past. And it talks about a past context. You should know the context, past context. Then we cannot use a verb become. What is the past form of this? Became. As it got foggier, it became almost impossible to steer the boat along the narrow canal. Contextual awareness. Thanks for responding, Satish. Now, listen to my, I'm going to say something about the next set of questions. Listen to me first. Here you have a particular sentence divided into parts, and they're not in the correct order. All that you have to do, read the sentence, understand the context, think in terms of subject, verb, object, and added phrases and clauses, and try to get the correct order. And here you have the options. You can be a little smart. You're sure about a mandatory pair. Then you go with that, and if there's only one option, that option is the answer. Now you can read. It is beyond question that if they are provided a properly designed environment, children will be benefited greatly to acquire cognitive skills, cognitive related to mind. When you read the parts, you should know, you should ask yourself, what is this about? Based on the answer, you can get the correct order. Here, it is beyond question that the sentence talks about children. It is beyond question that children will be benefited greatly. That means what? A, C, mandatory pair. How many options do you see with AC? There is only one option, and that is the answer. This way you can save your time. Now let us check. It is beyond question. There is no doubt that Children will be benefited greatly if they are provided a properly designed environment to acquire cognitive skills. Perfect. ACBD is the answer. No, no, it is ACBD. As I said, how do you handle scrambled sentences? First, you have to read, understand the context, but after that, to save your time, you have to look for mandatory pair. Here, it is beyond question that if they are, you cannot use a pronoun. First, you need a noun. It is beyond question that you can consider C. It is beyond question that to acquire cognitive skills, no, someone has to be. It is about children. So, answer is the second option. As a young Portuguese noble, he served the king of Portugal, but intrigue at court and lost the king's favor. He became involved in the quagmire of political quagmire, bog, a piece of land with loose sand or loose soil. When you enter, the more you try to come out, the more you go down. And these two words are very important, quagmire, bog. What is the answer for the second one? As a young it is about someone. So, as a young Portuguese noble, then we need a pronoun. He served the king of Portugal. That means what? A, B, they seem to be a mandatory pair. A, B, how many options are there? Only one option. But you have to cross check. As a young Portuguese noble, he served the king of Portugal, but he became involved in the quagmire of political intrigue at court and lost the king's favor. Obviously, it is the fourth option. Intrigue, something that is very difficult to understand or confusing or strange or vague. Intrigue is also an important word. A, B, D, C is the answer. Let us go to question number 3. Resulting in 4 and 5-year-olds accounting for a quarter of government school enrollment and over 15% in private schools. Official policies are also not strict about the age of entry. So, what is this about? It is about official policies. How many options begin with D? 2 options. You can eliminate second and fourth. Here, either the first one or the third one. Official policies are also not strict about the age of entry, resulting in 4 and 5-year-olds. So there's continuity over here. Based on that, it should be DABC. But let us check. Official policies are also not strict about the age of entry, resulting in 4 and 5-year-olds accounting for a quarter of government school enrollment and over 15% in private schools. Perfect. Answer is no, DABC. It is not the first option, it is the third option. Official policies are also not strict about the age of entry, resulting in something. That has resulted in something. Answer is the third option, not the first option. Question number 4. Magellan became involved in an insular conflict, insular, protected, covered, in the Philippines and was killed in a tribal battle. Here you have to recollect the rule. Before a proper noun, we don't use any article, general rule, but we have exceptions. Before the names of certain countries, we have to use a definite article, the Netherlands, the Philippines, the Irish Republic, the UAE, the Ukraine, the USA, the UK. All these you have to recollect. And what is the correct order? No one has responded. Question number 4. Magellan became involved in what? In an insular conflict where? In the Philippines and was killed in a tribal battle. I think you don't have to touch. No rearrangement required. Very good. I appreciate all those students. The last one. Sportsmanship can be conceptualized as what? Disposition such that individuals differ in the way an enduring and relatively stable characteristic. I think it should be AC. Here it is all about sportsmanship. What is this about? Sportsmanship. can be conceptualized as what? So how many options begin with A? Two options. It should be either the first one or the third one. As what? As an enduring and relatively stable characteristic or disposition such that individuals differ in the way they are generally expected to behave in sports situations. So A, C, only one option. Answer is the first option. Easy, mandatory pair. Within no time, you can get the correct option. So, how do you find these? Easy or difficult? Now, again, you have to listen to me. Here, there is a new pattern. Though these questions are about synonyms and antonyms, but the way they have been asked different. Here, you choose a synonym. First, you have to focus on that. While in prison, the man did nothing but repine for his freedom. The word in red, that is a key word, and you have to find out the synonym for that. From the five sentences, you see words in bold. One of these, the synonym, not, fine. It shows that you're good at English, but they may be a little difficult under pressure. Pressure makes all the difference. Now try to find out repine. No, it is not. Don't be hasty. It is not repented. Please read the sentence, understand the context, try to guess the meaning if you don't know. Then you think of the very good, who is this? Tamil Vannan, very good. I think after a long time. Answer is the word fret. Fret means what? To worry, to be unhappy, to be discontent. So repine also means the same. These two are synonyms. Fret, don't fret about something, don't worry about something, don't be unsatisfied about something. And repine means fret. These two are synonyms. It is not exception, it is not. Rejoice is a positive word, celebrate, you cannot use in this context because it talks about a negative context, prison. And prayed, no. Answer is the second option. I appreciate, very, I do remember. Yes, of course, I do remember. Now let us go to the second question, but here it is not synonym, antonym. His response was immediate and emphatic. First, you have to know the meaning of the word emphatic. Then you have to choose not the synonym, opposite, antonym. What are the words? Affirm, equivocal, idle, unsure, vague. These are not easy. You got to read very carefully. Every sentence you have to read, every option you have to read. First, what is the meaning of emphatic? Being firm, being sure, being perfect about one stand. It is not affirm, no. Affirmative would have been correct, not affirm. Yes, who is this? Again, Tamil Vannan. Unsure. Emphatic, sure. What is opposite? Unsure. Equivocal means not clear, vague, and idle. Don't idle away your time, waste, sitting idle, doing nothing. Vague, not clear. So answer is the fourth one. What is the fourth one here? Unsure, not certain. Emphatic, sure. Here you have to choose a synonym. See, these are very challenging in the sense, not all synonyms, not all antonyms. First, you have to read the instruction. Accordingly, you have to read the sentences, understand the context. Only then you will be able to answer. The adequacy of the security arrangements has been questioned. Adequacy. Here, synonym, mind you guys. Adequacy is like a positive word. Insufficiency, negative word. Hold competence, prejudice, not relevant, biased. And power, again, you can consider exactness, perhaps you can consider. Now, what is it? Is it adequacy of the security arrangements? Competence, power, In a way, power, competence, ability, they all mean the same. So not easy to select. It should be the fifth option, exactness, but not easy. Exactness is the answer, but not an easy one. Very difficult under pressure. Next one, choose a synonym. This is an easy one. The state will soon extradite. I'm sure you guys know the word extradition. What is the meaning of extradition? Sending a person who has committed crime in a particular country to send back to that country, sending that person back to his country where he committed a crime. The state will soon extradite. Extradition, noun form, extradite, verb. Yes, there's every possibility to get confused. But this is an easy one. Question number 4. The state here synonym. You got to focus on that. Hold, no. Hold is opposite. Oppose, not relevant. Acknowledge, not relevant. Derive, not relevant. So, what is the synonym of extradition? Expel. Answer is the fifth option. As I said, this is an easy one. Now, let us go to choose an antonym. You can never unravel the complexity of cancer's emotional makeup. Unravel, you have to know the meaning. To disclose, to reveal, to make public, to explain. So many meanings are there. Fifth one is difficult. Here they want, very good, within no time. Tamil Vanan. Here, crack not relevant, resolve not relevant. Here, in a way, they are synonyms. Decipher, in a way, decode. It is synonym, but they want the antonym, opposite. Settle, not relevant. Tangle, tangle means what? Complicated. Tangle, tangle is the answer. Decipher is synonym. Unravel, decipher, decode, make something clear, reveal. They're all synonyms. But what is the question about? They want antonym. Based on that, answer is the third option, tangle, complicated. Now let us go to, so how do you find these? I would like to have the feedback. Questions based on synonyms and antonyms. Easy or difficult? Let us go to enrich your word power, editorial vocabulary. Gesture, part of speech, noun. Yes, tangle is a word, but let us go to easy breezy. I think if you ask me, I will say they are not easy. They are challenging. Under pressure, very difficult to answer. Not at all easy. You got to read the directions, obviously, whether they want the synonym or the antonym. First, you have to know that. Gesture, J, movement of part of the body, usually hand or head. J is the answer. Devolution, Tion, it has to be a noun. Evolution, devolution. Don't get confused. So, what does it mean? Second one. First one is J, it is over. Second one is what? No one has responded. They are like, put the cart before the horse. Okay. Oh, Sampath Mullah, you are here again after a long time. C, transfer of delegation, transfer or delegation of power or authority to a subordinate, usually to a person of a lower level, center to the state. Answer is C, prudent person, prudent decision. So, adjective, means what? Showing care and thought for future. Being wise. Answer is F. Slow. Now it has, there is a time lag, I suppose. Pragmatic, an important word. Pragmatic means what? Practical, especially while taking decisions. I is the answer. Exactly. That's right. Impetus, part of speech, noun. Something that makes a process or an activity happen or happen more quickly. Answer is the first one. A is the answer. Soothing words, soothe, part of speech, verb. Gently calm a person with your words, usually. Stimulus, catalyst. You can also think of the word catalyst. Answer is D. 5 is A, 6 is D. Tempers, temper, singular, tempers, plural. Part of speech, noun. It goes with one's mood or attitude in relation to being angry or being calm. Person's state of mind seen in terms of being angry or being calm. Answer is B. Dovetail, it's a verb, means what? Fit or cause to fit together something. Answer is H. A new word. Accrue, accumulate over time, not all of a sudden. Verb. Accumulate resources, funds over a period of time. We use the word accrue. Recompense, we all know the word compensate, but recompense we have come across for the first time. It is a verb. G is the answer. Dovetail, fits or cause to fit together. When you try to do something, you try to fit. Fit means to join different things. Then we use this word dovetail. It's a verb. Dovetailed, it's a regular verb. One of the meanings, it has other meanings, but in this context, that is a meaning. Now let us go to revision editorial vocabulary. You got on 10th these 10 words, yesterday these 10 words. So you should be able to do it quickly. Allure. The moment you respond, then I go to the next one. Tenth one. It is compensate, obviously. Tenth one, it means compensate. Not similar as meaning is the same. You're welcome. Allure means what? Have you answered? Allure means to attract, to charm. Eluding, illusion, indirect reference. Please try to answer in a systematic way. Yardstick, standard of comparison. A notch below, a point below, a standard below. Yield, two different meanings. One, the produce, positive meaning. Second, surrender or give in, negative meaning. Disparate, different. Desperate, disparate, don't get confused. Glory, the reputation or the name you get based on your accomplishments or achievements. Glory. Vigor, two different meanings. One, it means strong and healthy and strong. Another, with a lot of enthusiasm. Diligence also means one, hardworking, another, doing with a lot of enthusiasm. Exploits, daring feats. Exploit as a verb, negative word. Exploit as a noun, as a positive word. Exploits, plural form, means what? Daring feats. Volte face or volte face means what? Take a U-turn. Very good. And trapeze, it goes with circus. Someone has gone to the second list, so I had to respond. Diligent person, hardworking person. That's right. Exploits, daring feats. Nothing to do with the negative word exploit. Turn around or take a U-turn. Very good. Trapeze means what? It goes with circus, the horizontal bar that hangs on ropes. And acrobats use this to entertain the crowd. Fixate. Why no response now? You got yesterday. All these words should be able to answer. Cause someone to get obsessed with something or someone. You have to remember the word obsession, fixate. Cause or make someone to get obsessed with something or someone. Sabotage, an important word, to destroy something completely, usually a plan, political plan, you try to destroy or damage completely. It is known as sabotage. Maneuver, skillful move, maneuvering. Maneuver means what? Skillful moves usually. Laud, lauded, praise, highly. Very good. Friend, what is opposite? Foe. Foe means what? Enemy or opponent. Very good. And infidelity. Fidelity means faithful, loyal. What is opposite? Infidelity. Yes, don't do. Unfaithful or not being loyal. And trample, usually it goes with elephants. Tread on and crush. Tread on means step on and crush. Then blatant. Blatant means doing something without any hesitation, unashamedly. Typical combination blatant lie, blatant behavior. An important word. It goes with, though it goes with everyday English. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me. 8:53, a little early today. Have a nice day. Do remember to subscribe and share. And after the session, go to the description of the video. You find two links, one Murthy's Telegram group, the other one Murthy's English app. Download the app, then you find the courses I offer. Thank you very much. And I'm not going to take tomorrow. I take from Monday to Friday. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Tomorrow there is no